guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I kind of want to show you my everyday makeup drawer. Now this is the desk I sit at to film regularly. You've seen me sit here before. I just wanted to show you what is in my drawer. I will link the exact desk I use down below. It is a Target desk. I think it's like a $110 desk. I have had it for at least 6 years. It's amazing. I love it. And I love it even more now that it's in my room and I can actually use it for makeup besides work stuff. So this is like my first video ever filming something like this, so if the lighting's off, if the viewing's weird, I do want to apologize in advance. This is not a typical video for me, but I would like to make it a typical video, so I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of what has been in my makeup drawer for probably the last like 2 months. And some stuff has rotated in and some has rotated out, but this is pretty much what I've been using since I filmed my fall palette video, and I'm kind of ready for a refresh and to put some new stuff in, take some stuff out. Let's just get started. So I've had quite a bit of palettes. I've had the Subculture palette, Sultry, the Kaleidos Futurism 3. I haven't really used the Futurism 3 or Subculture all that much, but I have used Sultry quite a bit. Let's just start with palettes. So those were the 3 palettes I've had in here. I've had a few palettes that I haven't actually used. These are glitter palettes from With Love Cosmetics. They're a smaller indie brand based in the UK. I have their most recent limited edition, and then I built a palette. I still haven't used either of these, and I've had these in my collection for a while, so I might keep these in. And then I also have a few shades from JD Glow, as well as one shade from Lethal Cosmetics. And then these 2 are from a Bare Minerals palette that I did depot. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these in. I do want to test them out, but they are more like spring, summer colors. I don't know. I'm gonna just pull these out. I do have the Luxie Butterfly collection as well as some of their just random singles. I think I'm gonna keep this in for sure because I haven't gotten much use of it because honestly it's been buried and I would like to keep testing these out. I just recently put in the Natasha Denona Mini Retro palette. I think I'm going to keep this in because I've only tested it out once and so far I really like it. The Sigma Enchanted palette, again, I just put this in and I've only used it once as well. I think I'm gonna just leave the brush in for now and we'll kind of go from there. I'm not entirely sure if I want to keep this in. I think I might. I don't know. We'll see. I just kind of want to give you an overview of what's in here and then decide what I'm putting in and what I'm taking out. A lot of these palettes I literally maybe have used once or twice, including Lunar Beauty's Moonspell, and their Life's a Drag, the Urban Decay Honey palette, and then the Milk Cosmetics Smoke Session. Haven't used those very much. New palette from ColourPop, that's Taupe. I've used maybe twice. I really like this. Honestly, it's amazing. I have like acne spot treatments, Arizona stickers. I mean, like, this sometimes ends up being my junk drawer. Not proud of that, but it happens. And then I also have like mini palettes that ended up getting lost in the shuffle back here. And I honestly haven't used these like at all. Carnival 3 palette, I still haven't used. It's been in this drawer and I still have not used it. Yeah, that's a problem. See, I put a lot of these palettes in here and I just like completely forgot because they got lost. Like the Blush Tribe Blossom, which Blush Tribe doesn't exist as a brand anymore. And then 2 Alter Ego palettes. Still have only played with these maybe once or twice. And then the Wanderlust Natasha Denona Glam palette. I took this with me on my honeymoon. I literally have not been able to put it down. I freaking adore it. I've been so into cool tones right now, so I'm kind of wanting to keep all my cool tone palettes in my drawer, so we'll kind of see. The last eyeshadow palette is the Pure and Raw Beauty Kristi. I've only used this a handful of times. I've barely used the colorful side. I'm just pulling everything out, showing you what I've used. Absolutely love the new Hourglass Sculpture Edit palette. Oh my goodness, I love it. I think that the highlighter and the bronzer is a little dark, but if you mix it with the ambient lighting powders, it kind of calms them down a little bit and it does work. This is the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil powder. I still haven't opened this. I bought it during Old 21 Days of Beauty, so I might keep it in. I don't know. Rewriter from Kaleidos, and then the Pixi Gossamer Duo and Delicate Dew. These 2 containers are mostly non-cruelty free items, like all of these, like Maybelline and Wet n Wild lippies. I have some not cruelty free face products. These are cruelty free. I rotated these in and I haven't really gotten much use out of them. And then I have like the powder I've been working on, a NYX eyebrow duo, a Milk Makeup highlighter that I've absolutely been adoring. I'm going to kind of take you with me and figure out what I want to keep in this drawer, what needs to get put away. I've already pulled a bunch of stuff from my collection of things that I have used, things that I haven't used makeup, new stuff, just things that I think I want to use for the next probably month. We will see how long I keep doing these. But yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna pull out literally everything. I've decided. I'm gonna keep in the glitters. I'm gonna keep in the Looksy. I'm gonna put in the Pat McGrath Mothership 5. B is 5. Hey Siri. What Roman numeral is B?
According to Wikipedia.org, V is the 22nd letter of the Latin alphabet, as well as the Roman numeral for 5.
Okay. I've really been wanting to pull out my Pat McGrath palettes. I know these aren't cruelty-free. I literally bought these like a month before. I was like, yep, I'm going cruelty-free, so I really want to get my money's worth out of these. They're beautiful, and I don't plan on ever getting rid of them, but I want to use them. But I also like want to put this in a way that I can kind of see all my palettes that are in here so that I don't not use any of them, you know? I'm gonna put in the Sigma Enchanted palette, and then I'm also gonna put back in the Raw Beauty Kristi palette, as well as the Natasha Denona Glam palette and That's Taupe. I really enjoyed having those in here. I want to test out this Folklore palette. It's supposed to be kind of a dupe for the Safari by Natasha Denona. It's got a lot of those beautiful fall matte toned shadows, so I would like to pair this with something in my collection. This is the Impressionism eyeshadow palette, by the way. I think this is like how I'm going to arrange it. I've got my glitters in the back. I kind of want to make sure those are seen so that I actually use them this time, because I want to test them out. And then my Pat McGrath palette. I did go ahead and pull out my BH Cosmetics Aurora Light palette. It is a, let me just show it to you. This is from BH Cosmetics, and it's just a entire shimmer palette. I bought this because Dana Banana recommended it, and also I feel like it's good to have an all shimmer palette because sometimes you just don't have a shimmer. I don't know. I just feel like this is a good palette and I want to keep using it. I've only tested it out a few times. Impressionism palette, the Raw Beauty Kristi palette, Natasha Denona Glam, That's Taupe by ColourPop, and my Looksy shadows. So these are like all of the eyeshadow palettes I'm gonna be using for the next month. I might rotate in some new palettes if I decide to pick up any new palettes, but I kind of want to keep my eyeshadow palettes simple and limited, because honestly I had way too many to choose from, and then once I got the Natasha Denona Glam palette, it was like, I'm done with you bitches, and I only used that palette. So moving on, this is kind of the basket that I'm going to choose from. I don't know if I'm going to use every single product in here, but these are the products that have kind of narrowed down from my Alex 9 drawers and my little 5 drawer over there. So starting with this, I have the Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette. This one is in Daria. I've only used this once. I did use it in a video, but I did scrap that video, so I do want to use it more and kind of see what I think. I've been thinking about buying another highlighter from Natasha Denona, but I would like to kind of test out this one more and see if I actually like the formula. This is going to be one of the palettes I use. I'm just going to kind of stick it over there for right now. And then I want to use the Cheek Leaders by Benefit. This is not cruelty-free. I'm just trying to mix in some of the remaining not cruelty-free makeup that I have and just get some more use out of it, maybe use it up. I don't know. But I did want to have this palette as well. And I don't typically reach for my face palettes anymore. I'm trying to include them and stuff like this. Okay, so this is kind of a mess in this basket, so I'm just gonna kind of try to pull some stuff. For primer, my skin has been absolute garbage, and I've used this a few times, and I think it's really nice. It's the Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream. This is pretty dang good. I haven't used it all that much, as you can tell, but I do want to use it, especially because we're getting into those months where my skin is just going to be garbage. And then I also would like to use my Too Faced Hangover Primer, because this is pretty much like a glorified really good moisturizer, and I'm pretty close to finishing it. And I just really like this, especially in the winter months. I think it just helps my skin. I want to continue using my Benefit Professional Matte Rescue because honestly, I am so close to finishing this. I'm probably not going to cut this one open just because I feel like I've gotten my money's worth out of it. So like once I can squeeze out what I can squeeze out, I'm just going to call it good. And I'm very close to finishing this, so I'm gonna just keep this in my drawer. So I've been testing out this Milani Screen Queen foundation. I'm in the shade 200 Nude Beige. I've only used this a few times, and I can tell you that I absolutely love this foundation. It was what I was wearing in my I Got Married Try to Get Ready With Me, as well as the honeymoon haul video. I love this stuff, and I want to continue using it. I also bought the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation in the shade 140N. I want to test it out. I've never used it, so I want to put a new foundation in here. Another foundation I literally just bought, but I want to test out, is the Ordinary's Serum Foundation. I got mine in the shade Light Neutral 1.2N, so we will see how this works. Another primer I want to test out is the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. I've had this in my collection for only a few weeks. I did pick it up at Walmart when they finally were back in stock, and I just want to test it out, so I'm gonna put it in here too. So the makeup artist that did my makeup for my wedding day actually used the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is the original one. I've only used a very little amount of this, and I would like to continue using it, and my makeup looked so perfect on my wedding day. I mean, everything was perfect about my wedding day. For concealer, I'm putting back in my Maybelline Instant Rewind Concealer. It's not cruelty-free, and it's in the shade Fair. I am so close to finishing it, like you can see that, so I'm gonna put it in here. And then of course my all-time favorite concealer, the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer in Light Cool. This is also a waterproof concealer. I do have the like new version of it as well as the original, so I'm just gonna put these back in here. A new concealer I want to test out is the Kokie Be Bright in the shade Light. For bronzer, I'm gonna keep using my Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade Dulce. And I do want to see if it compares to an Hourglass bronzer. I like it so far. I've only tested it like 3 or 4 times. And then 2 other bronzers I want to use just so I have options. I mean, I do have that face palette too. I've only used this e.l.f. bronzer. This is their primer infused in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I have only tried this bronzer maybe 2 or 3 times, and I don't have my full thoughts on it, but I would like to continue using it. One of my favorite bronzers from Fenty Beauty, I feel like people either really adore this or they really hate it. This is their Sunstalker in the shade Shady Biz. I love this so much. Like, you can literally see there's no Fenty Beauty emblem on it anymore, and you can kind of see the rings in the pan. I think I could hit pan on this bronzer potentially. So I'm gonna put this in here. I haven't worn it in a couple months because I've been focusing on the Physicians Formula one, which I'm pulling out because I'm really tired of that bronzer. I'm obviously going to keep my NYC Smooth Skin Powder because I am so close to finishing this. And I really, 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 really like it, and I'm kind of sad that it's been discontinued and they no longer make it. But I'm determined to finish this. I hope I can finish this before the end of the year because I need to show some other powders some love. I'm also going to be pulling out my Beauty Bakery flower powder. This one's in the shade Pink. I don't get a lot of use out of this like I thought I would. I thought I could use it to kind of brighten up my under eyes, and if I used a yellow base concealer to kind of correct it. But I think it's a really nice powder. I just think the pink is maybe a little bit too pink. This is also not cruelty free. This is the Sephora Collection Micro Smooth Powder in the shade 15 Light. This might be a little dark for winter time, honestly, but it's a really nice finishing powder. It's honestly kind of like the ambient light powders from Hourglass, but probably not like as glowy. It's just a nice fresh powder. I enjoy it. I'm also gonna put the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil back in because I meant to use this more as like a touch-up powder slash if I've been out in the sun too long because it has SPF 25 in it, I believe. Yes. I used to use this all the time. I also would like to use this Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder, which I still haven't opened. I have mine in the shade Porcelain. I'm gonna put this in here too. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it. I used this Girl Powder from the Balm blush yesterday, and oh my goodness, is it so pretty. And I used this like more highlighty shade as a blush topper. Holy cow, I think I'm starting to get into glowy blushes. So I'm going to put this in so I can use it. And then I'm just going to put in these 2 Essence. So this one is the blush in the shade 20 Bespoke. It's more of like a glowy, caramely, just almost like a bronzer. So I do want to use this. I want to test it out. I feel like it would just look so pretty with an all matte burgundy eye look. And then I'm also going to put in the Mosaic blush in the shade 40, the Berry Connection. I've tried the other one, which you guys saw me use in my testing out new makeup video. I really liked that one. I like the formula of this, and this is just kind of brighter for fall winter. I didn't think I was a blush person. Now I think I'm a glowy blush person. And I just don't know what to do with that information. So I mentioned this in my honeymoon haul video. This is the Hard Candy highlighter and Put a Ring on It. I didn't like this at first, but I've been swatching it a lot and kind of testing out how to properly apply it. It is like a firm Super Shock shadow. That's pretty much the consistency of it. It does have kind of annoyingly large glitter particles in it, so I just want to keep trying it. I think it's really pretty, and all of those shades mixed together create a nice icy shade, but I don't know if it's like too icy for my skin tone, so I want to keep playing around with it. I have been absolutely loving this Milk Makeup Flex highlighter in the shade Lit. It is beautiful and just like perfect for my skin tone. It's what I was wearing in the Chatty I Got Married Get Ready With Me and also my honeymoon haul video, but I just freaking love this highlighter. It is just so good. The last highlighter I picked was this Flower Beauty Shimmer and Stir Up highlighting palette. I haven't used this and I've had it for quite a bit. I just want to test it out. I've heard really good things about it. I usually keep all of the products that I tend to use and like tools I tend to use every single day or like grab for in this ASL Starbucks cup. This actually says this is the sign for Starbucks if you were interested. I have been using the e.l.f. like thicker brow pencil, and I just recently repurchased the Essence eyebrow pencil and then the brow gel for the first time, so I am just gonna put these in here because I want to use those. I'm gonna put the Maybelline lipsticks back in 920 Nude List and 373 Mauve for me. I've been really liking this combo. I haven't been wearing it nearly as much as I used to, but these are staple lip products for me, even though they're not cruelty free, but I'm just gonna use them up and then not repurchase. And then Mochalicious by Wet n Wild. Also, I wanted to keep in like a staple red. This is the Sephora Rouge Cream Lip Stain in the shade 01. And then the L'Oreal Paris Gloss. I don't even know what these are freaking called anymore. In the shade 416. Create. I don't even know what these are called, honestly, because I don't. A Revlon gloss, and then Lunar Beauty's lip gloss in Moon. I just kind of wanted to stick to staple nudes and then a red because I wore a red and it made me feel like a brand new bitch. Oh, and then also this like Bath & Body Works Sky Tube lip gloss. I really like this and they don't sell it anymore, but I just need to use it up. I want to use these two Essence lip liners. I usually just grab like whatever ColourPop lip liners are in front of me, but I want to use the shade 02 Tea Time and 06 You and Me Ship. I just think these are also like classic lip liners that go with the lip colors I've picked out. I haven't really been using setting spray. I've honestly been forgetting, and the one that I have been grabbing is like a glowy one from Catrice. I'd like to finish this Smashbox primer water as soon as possible, and then I want to continue using the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray because I do really like it, but I've just been forgetting to grab them. This is me reminding myself that they're in here. And then to kind of end this video, I wanted to include some mini palettes. This is the M Cosmetics Divine Skies. Jessica Braun always raves about this, and it was finally in stock, so I bought it in like a holiday set, which I might actually include some of those pieces in this drawer. So I want to test this one out. I also want to test out the Wondrous Seascape palette, which looks like this. I've had for a while. I don't know if I'll actually get around to actually using these, but it's kind of nice to have like small palettes to break up the large monotony. And then I'm gonna put back in the Natasha Denona mini retro palette. I want to put in the rest of the items I got from M Cosmetics in that little bundle gift set. This is the ColourDrop Serum Blush in Venetian Rose. I have a Lip Cloud in Red Divine, and then Morning Dew Crystal Lip Gloss in Quartz. So I'm gonna put these in here. I don't know if I'm actually gonna like get around to using them. Okay guys, so this is what the final drawer looks like. I'm really happy with the things that I've chosen, that I haven't really overwhelmed myself, and that I have a good selection for the next couple weeks to month. Kind of depends on how long I want to keep this drawer like this. It definitely won't stay organized like this, that's for sure. I did also want to mention that I added some of the Essence Melted Chrome shadows. I added Zinc About You and Golden Crown. And then I did also put back in the Hourglass Sculpture palette because I freaking love that, and I love the ambient lighting powders in there, so I'm going to keep that in. Everything else is pretty much everything you saw, so I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below if you guys enjoy everyday makeup drawer videos and how often you'd like me to update you on my everyday makeup drawer. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please let me know down below if you like everyday makeup drawer videos and how often I should plan on updating these. Again, I don't wear makeup every single day, but I do wear it pretty often. This is pretty much all the products that I will use. Let me know if you saw anything that I put in this drawer that you would like a speed review of or a full in-depth review of, and I'd be more than happy to film that video for you guys. Alright, my loves, I will see you in my next video. Please do not forget to subscribe. I'll leave all my social medias as well as a playlist of the week listed down below. Bye!